Okay, we're back now, and here we're going to make the changes to the bottom. So we're back here with this drawing. If we go back and I lost my diagram, take a look at our diagram here. We're making the rabbit in the bottom of this. Okay. So what we want to do is orient so that we can see the bottom of our project. And let's start with, let's do the end first. It's pretty straightforward. And so all we have to do, we know this is a 1/2 inch. I'm going to grab my line tool. I just hit L. Right at the half is where we want to be. So that's a 1/4 inch because we know that's a 1/2 inch thick. So if I go to that midpoint and go down there to midpoint, now I've got that line. Okay, that's what we want. And then I'm going to hit push-pull on the inside half of that line. And then we want to take it up 0.5 inches. Okay. And now I can hit spacebar for the pointer tool and click out of that. And you can see that this drew absolutely correct for this end, but then on this one over here, the other side, it's the wrong way. And so we're going to do the same thing we did before, that new little tool I taught you. And so we'll right click on that piece, and now we want to flip along the red line. Go down there, flip along red, and it turns it around real quick. Alright, so now our part is where we need to be for that. And now the front gets a little bit easier now that we can see it. So we got my pointer tool still. Let's double click that. Oh, before I go any further, let's save. Okay? I always forget to do this, so you guys do this with me. Wherever you've been putting all of your SketchUp drawings is what you want to do for this one. What I'm going to do here is I have a file called, or excuse me, a folder called School Projects right there. And then I'm going to name this Flip Top Box. And you can put, you should do this, so I'm going to hit dash. I'm going to put grade even though I kind of know it's mine. I'm not going to be turning it in. You'll have to turn it in, so it's a good idea to label this so that it's easy to identify. Okay, flip top box Grady, save here. Should hit saving, and now we're saved. All right. So now let's, with our pointer tool, double click to open the front. Okay, we're going to hit L for the line tool. And we're going to go right to that corner, corner to corner there. And so I know that that's at 1/4 inch because we already set that one, right? Now I hit P for push-pull, again on the inside half. And you could type 0.5, or I could use this other lip that we created as a frame of reference. And so now we just have a couple things to clean up, and we are golden. I'm going to hit E for erase to get rid of that line and that line, heal that whole surface. Click on the pointer tool, click outside of it. And then we're going to repeat the same process on this one now. Double click it, hit L for line tool, corner to corner, push pull, take that up to there, hit E, boom, and boom. Alright, so now we have our rabbit done on the bottom, and we can draw our end right in there. We'll see if it lines up perfect. Or excuse me, our bottom. So I hit R for rectangle, and I want to click right in that corner. Orient the camera so I can see this opposite corner over here. And 8.5 by 4.5, that's the dimensions we need to be. So I click again to close it. I hit P for push-pull. And I can just reference this edge over here, or I could type in 0.5 and enter. Either one's fine. I'm just going to do that. Click the space bar for the pointer tool. Triple click. Right click. We're going to make that a component. Type bottom. And now our bottom is in there. Alright, we'll get spun around again. Alright, let's go back and take a look at our dimensions here. And so now all I'm left with is this top. Okay, and when we get to the plan, we can talk about how we would create this using our machinery and whatnot. But for now, we're just going to draw it. So it's going to be 4 this way, 8 that way, and then this tab we're going to make 1 full inch coming out, and then obviously 2 inches down. So for the most part, we're going to go 4 by 8 to get this main rectangle. So I'm going to draw that off to the side. I'm going to hit R for rectangle somewhere next to it. Start pulling it out. I can see my long number is the first number. Okay, so that's going to be 8, comma, 4, enter. Let me double check those measurements. 8 by 4, yep. Alright, then I'm going to come back here and hit P. We're going to push pull that to a 1/2 inch, so I typed in 0.5 and enter. And now we need to draw a rectangle in there that is going to be the tab. Alright, so let's go ahead and, I didn't click on the corner, I clicked on the edge. And then I want to bring this, I hit T for tape measure, I want to bring this line down through, not 3.5, I think it's 3. Yeah, 3. Okay. And then if I bring this side down, 3. And then I just do this one to measure. I'm not going to actually close that. I'm just going to hit escape in the upper left-hand side to just double check my work. Alright, so now we can draw a rectangle, hit R from that corner. I'm going to drag it down to there, so let it hover for a second so that it knows that's where I want it. And then I'm going to take it down. And it's not really recognizing like I want it to, so I'll just leave it right there and then I'm going to type it in. 2, 0.5, enter. Alright, I'm going to go to E, erase this, now I'm going to hit P for the push-pull, and we're going to bring this out 1 inch. Now I'm going to hit spacebar for my pointer tool, and then I triple-click that, right-clicked it, make it a component, top, and now we've got our top, and I'm going to grab it right by here and move it. Oh, that's not probably the best way. I'll grab it right by this corner here and move it right over here. So I'm going to grab it right there, move it right there, hit the space bar for the pointer tool, and now we are close to being done. I want to add one more thing here. So let's, with our pointer tool, we're going to double click this. And this is something that we can do in our shop now. We have the capability of doing like some CNC engraving or like laser burning if you wanted to put some writing on the top of this lid or on the front or whatever. But for us, what we're going to do is, if you click on the rectangle and get all these options over here, we want this one right here, 3D text. Alright, text field, yes. Do we want to extrude it? No. Okay, our height, let's make it 1.5. Alright. And the font, you can pick whatever you want. Maybe yours has a lot of options, maybe it doesn't. That's totally up to you. But any font that works is perfect. We're going to hit OK. Oh, I forgot to do that. I messed that up. Go back in here. Do all these settings. I forgot to actually enter my font. Put your last name, your full name, whatever you're comfortable with is totally fine with me. But put your name on it somewhere. There we go. And then I'm going to drag it. I'm not going to worry about making it too perfect in the middle. Okay, then I'm going to hit my space bar to get my pointer tool. Leave that on there. And then the last thing we do before we turn it in is we are going to throw some dimensions on. So we're going to go show the dimension tool. Click on corner to corner. And we're going to go back to that corner again. We see that it's 9 by 5. Alright. And then let's just go to show our tab also. And I think that's plenty. So this will give me a chance to make sure that you did things correctly. What I would like you to do for this is make sure that you have your outliner right here open so you see this. And so instead of going up here and turning it in this way, what we're going to actually do is take a screenshot on our computers. And so for my keyboard, yours might be a little bit different. We're going to hit Function F9 for me, and that just took a whole screenshot of this. And I'm going to go to Paint, bring that open, and then we're going to paste our screenshot in there. Now my screenshot shows my second screen, so I don't need that. So I'm going to cut that off. select this and crop. You don't have to do that cropping step. You should just have one screen. File, save as, ping is perfect. I'm going to put mine on my desktop. Flip, top, box, Grady. And you'll want to put your last name in there. Save it. And then that screenshot is what I would like you to turn in. So that way I'll be able to see your dimensions, your name, and that you made it components. Okay? Now, worst case scenario, let's say you cannot figure out how to take a screenshot. Worst case, go up here and at least downloads, and not this one. You guys turn this one and this is wrong. You won't get points. The ping file. Okay? And that will actually take a picture of your project. It just won't have this over here. Okay? So this is the backup plan if you can't get the screenshot to work on your computer. Okay? And I'm going to save it before I'm done. And that is it. That's what I would like you to turn in for this drawing.